Hey guys, Kirsten with Fieldcraft. I'm here with Yvette. She just took our personal security course, level 1. We're just going to ask a few questions and get to know Yvette a little bit better. So, tell me about your background.
My background
Level
is
of experience.
Pretty new to firearms.
Okay. Well, you didn't look new, so.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Just kind of, dabbled here and there, going into, gun range. A friend of mine's former military, so just dabbled a little bit. So that's how I got more involved. And once I decided to get my CPL, it became very clear to me that, okay, I have a CPL and I'm not comfortable carrying
Concealed carry?
Yeah, concealed carry.
Okay.
And I felt that I was very ill-equipped in terms of bridging that gap between, okay, I have a CPL, I can carry, but in terms of training and scenarios, I felt really, really ill-equipped. And I'm so glad I came today, because today really helped bridge so many of those gaps and more.
Good. What were you looking for the most out of the course?
Really, to be honest, I don't really know. Just, again, helping me bridge that gap between confidence in carrying and the comfort of carrying, and just what was really, really powerful were the scenarios.
Yeah.
And not just the scenarios with the simunition, but breaking them down, as well as being able to break it down from, okay, a scenario has happened and now you have law enforcement involved. That's something that is a huge component that I don't think is being filled. It's one thing if you're in a classroom setting, you're getting your CPL, and then they cover those things, but it's not it doesn't seem real. It's not as application based, and I found that this was really hands-on and application based, which is really important, I think, if one is going to choose to carry responsibly.
Awesome. What were you most concerned or nervous about before taking the course?
It's interesting. Nervous that in one aspect I didn't know enough, but that's why I'm here. So that's
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as if as if I was supposed to know something that I know nothing about, type of thing. But I was still nervous. But you guys really, really helped with being really, really approachable, really, really comfortable. So that was a huge thing.
Well, we all start at square zero. So I remember how it felt when I showed up to the academy having absolutely no experience or knowledge. So hopefully we were able to pass on a little bit. What's the most important thing you learned from today?
One thing? Okay, maybe. Okay, I'll try to keep it to one thing.
Okay.
The one thing the most important thing that I learned was not only the confidence, but the discernment.
Yes,
the discernment, and even just the awareness of certain scenarios, but the discernment of my responsibility and how to approach it. Not to say that I know it perfectly, but even just the knowledge of saying, as a responsible firearm owner, what are the things that I'm going to have to discern, or at least be conscious of when if I choose to carry a firearm and use it responsibly, and use it in a way, God forbid, in a way that protects you, but is also, you're not being Rambo about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this a course that you would recommend to others?
Oh, absolutely, hands down. Anyone who is thinking about carrying a firearm, or even anyone who carries a CPL, I mean, talk about I would say like a CPL weekend would be great to do that, do the CPL, but have this back it up right then and there, or at least definitely if you do have a CPL, I cannot recommend this course enough, because it really helps bridge that gap in a huge way between, okay, you have the piece of paper, you even have gone to the extent of purchasing a firearm, but then carrying it and using it responsibly, this has really helped bridge that gap tremendously.
Do you feel more confident about the law and how it applies to you as a concealed carry person?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that you guys asked, well, which state are you from, is a huge thing, because I'm sure that those are huge implications, but it's really important to understand, not just from this is what it says on a piece of paper, what the laws are, but what does that mean for you? What does that mean for you in a scenario? What does that look like? What does that feel like? In a given situation? What does that mean for you? So that was great.
Was it surprising for you to learn that it's not as black and white as Hollywood or just our own understanding of the law makes us feel like it is?
Oh my gosh, if anything, it was it was extremely humbling, extremely eye-opening, and an extremely humbling situation where it's so gray, and it's just so gray because, like what Kevin was saying, you get to this decision point, and there are a lot of moving parts there, and there's a lot of gray area. So the training of the mindset training, besides just the physical training, is a huge, huge factor in terms of not what to think, but how to think and how to act, because there are going to be any number of different variables involved. I mean, even from just what I experienced in the scenarios that you guys presented, it's very eye-opening in that regard.
Good.
The biggest takeaway, aside from even just firearms, is the preparedness. It is, as an American, it is your right to carry a firearm. It is your right to protect yourself. So the fact that the material is presented in a way that is not just, tactical or whatnot, but as a lifestyle, as being prepared as a citizen, this is your right, as a prepared lifestyle, as a woman, I mean, being an empowered woman, if we want to talk about that, or just being a prepared, empowered, responsible, citizen and person, this covers it. And I can't tell you how, I mean, it's just really, really grounding, as well as it's empowering, and it's really, really helped prepare. And I can't wait to, I'm really looking forward to taking more courses.
Do you think you have to have any level of firearms knowledge to take this course?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
Gosh, no. I mean, I'm not sure about, if other people, how they think or what they, come in thinking how much, experience they have, but especially if you feel like you know nothing, and especially if you're flat out even just terrified, like if you're extremely overwhelmed, you're terrified at the idea of a firearm or whatnot, this is perfect for that.
Did you feel like there were other options for if you're not comfortable carrying a firearm, that there were other options that could be presented as well to use?
Thank you for even bringing that up. That was another part that I did sense, that you weren't about, this is the way to do it and this is how you have to do it. There was a lot of really, really great sensitivity, if you will, and options that, hey, if this option is not comfortable for you, here's an alternative. It wasn't just cut and dry, this is the way to do it.
Right.
It wasn't ego-based at all, but say, hey, this is not your comfort level, that's okay, here's another option.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you took the course. You did phenomenal.
So am I. Thank you. I had so much fun.
Yes. Thank you, guys. And if you are worried about this course,
don't be. You're in good hands. You might feel a little nauseous. You're like, we're going to cut that part out.
Yeah.
But no, you're in good hands. In great hands.
And just because she has paint everywhere, just know that she's a warrior. She fought hard. Thank you, guys.
I love having paint all over myself.
Yeah, it's awesome.